Welcome everyone to the Armageddon game between Lei Tingjie on your screen, who has the black pieces, against Koneru Humpy. Their classical game was very balanced and ended in a draw. So now Humpy will have 10 minutes and must win, while Lei Tingjie has the draw odds and 7 minutes on her side. You can see Humpy entering in there. And just to give you an idea of how strong Lei Tingjie is, her rating is 2552. And she played the World Championship match with Zhu Wenjun in 2023, where the score was 5.5 each. And then she lost in the 12th game. So, very strong player, a handshake. And off we go. Knight f3 by Humpy. Knight comes out to f6. And pawn to c4. Humpy is currently in joint lead at the top, and she will be looking to win this game. Not so easy to beat Lei Tingjie, but an important one from the tournament perspective. d5 played, and now Humpy decides to play this e3 line. Very interesting line here by her. g6 by Lei Tingjie, and we have now this Schlechter variation in the Slav, which is considered to be slightly more convenient for white in a way, because you see this bishop is hitting this pawn structure, which is very solid. But of course black has found ways to kind of fight for equality here. One of them is what Lei Tingjie is doing. Take on c4, bishop c4, and then use the bishop to pin the knight. You can drop the bishop back to e2. You can also play h3 and ask a question to this bishop. That's what Humpy does. Takes, queen takes. And it looks like this is a risk-free advantage to white with the bishop pair. But the thing is that you're going to go e5 next. And this is a very important move, because with e5, if you take, I'll attack your queen and also the bishop. So d5 played here by Humpy. And now an important move, e4. This is all well-known theory. You can pick up the pawn here, but then knight e5 comes in. And so Humpy here goes back, queen e2. Pawn takes pawn here by Lei Tingjie. Knight takes d5, and the best move now is knight e5, and she plays it. Very risky in a way, because the rook is opposite the queen, but there's no good discovery. Knight takes knight, queen takes knight, and bishop d5, attacking the pawn and the one on e4. Queen comes up to f5, defending the e4 pawn. And Humpy snatches the pawn here on b7. Very risky, because yes, she's won a pawn, but now look at the black pieces. Knight, queen, bishop, rook, everything beautifully placed. In fact, now with the bishop coming here, knight f3 check is very powerful. g5 also very interesting. She's going g4, and that would be very strong. Queen f1 played by Humpy. Time to go g4, all in. And then when white takes, you take back with the queen, so that then there's knight f3 check threatened. She finds it, g4, and this is almost lost for Humpy. Takes, queen takes. Oh no, knight takes. That's a very, very unnecessary move, knight g4, because queen g4 and knight f3 would have been so strong. Just to show you an example, knight f3 takes, g3, you just push your pawns forward like here, bishop e5 or even h5, h4, very strong. But knight g4, bishop comes back, rook d6 played. She wants to swing the rook over. She has 2 minutes 24 seconds. Humpy has 1 minute 59 seconds, f3. And now Humpy's position is slowly unraveling. Knight e5, you can push f4 as well. You can take on e4. Yes, she takes. And now her extra pawn here is definitely going to count. So are the bishops. Bishop f3, maybe not. Maybe not. Let's play queen f4. Yes, rook. Oh, she finds rook d4 here. Wow, that's a crazy move. And you can see Lei Tingjie feeling the pressure here. Queen goes back to g6. Let's see what Humpy comes up with. Rook f4. I like this rook here on the f7, f4 square, putting pressure on the f7 point. Rook d8. Black's position, of course, very good. But now white is fighting a4 with the idea of a5. It stops it. And Humpy now activates her rook from a3, defending this pawn on e3. Bishop h6 played. And the rook goes to f5. Black's position is now looking a bit difficult. The knight was hanging, so she defends it with the bishop, rook c3, waiting to get in here. And rook e6, this is not a good move. Bishop h5 is very powerful. The queen is almost trapped here with bg5 and rook is hanging. But instead Humpy plays rook c5, not a good move. Black has to find rook c6, very tough, because after take, there is queen c2 and the bishop is trapped. But she doesn't play it. She goes bishop h6 again, and now rook takes, and you're completely lost here. You just lost a piece. Queen c2. But it's not going to help now. The queen comes in, but the black king is super weak. Plays pawn to b3 to activate the bishop from a3. Queen c3 played, attacking the rook and also the pawn. Rook f5. Nice move. If bishop e3, there is bishop takes e3, queen e3, and now just queen f2. And Humpy is doing it in style here. Queen takes b3, check. King here, check. And Humpy has just 9 seconds, 4 seconds to Lei Tingjie, resigns because it's checkmate here. What a game here by Humpy with just 9 seconds left. She checkmates her opponent, and you can see Lei Tingjie there. Very, very surprised with that end. But Humpy, such a fighter, you could see that power in those last couple of moves. She looked at the clock, looked at the board, slammed the clock, and has won and has taken sole lead in the tournament. Amazing, amazing play.
Humpy, a win with the white pieces in the Armageddon. Congratulations on that. Do you think after bishop h6 she lost the position completely, or do you think was it any other?
Probably she shouldn't have allowed this f3 also. Like g5 was not even required.
Yes.
She could just play rook f d8 because there, if I take rook d8, bishop d2, she's having knight f3. So she has a very good piece development, and the knight on e5 is active. I think black is having a very pleasant position.
How difficult, because it's winning on demand, right, for white, how difficult it is to play with white pieces? Because you're in the classical, you have the white pieces. Is there a pressure that is created that you have to win in the classical so that you don't have to go to the Armageddon?
Definitely, being a white pieces, of course, everyone would like to press the game. I think I do got a good opportunity in the classical. I missed out some moves. Then Armageddon is kind of, you should be also lucky enough to succeed.
Right. And about yesterday, there were many events that you played, the many activities that you did. Which was your favorite activity from the rest day yesterday?
Definitely shooting.
Shooting? You enjoyed it?
Yeah.
Would you like to try it in the future?
Yeah, why not?
Oh, great. Congratulations and all the best for the rest of the rounds.
Nei, det er det jeg mener. Altså, det er litt dyrere. Kan du skrive Ja, jeg har faktisk her. Inni her. Ja.
Oh, she's waiting for her to come.
Bindu? No.
Happy ending.
Thank you so much.
Excuse me, did you get your autograph?